Hey, it's me, Scotty. How's it going, everybody out there? I just wanted to bring you a little bit of video on something that I couldn't find anything on as usual, so I figured I'd make a video and put it up there, and if I can help anybody, that'd be good. Today I'm going to be putting on some LED lights on my 2004 FZ1 Yamaha FZ. It's about 18 degrees out here in Iowa in the middle of winter, so I figured it's a good time to go do some customization and do everything else that I don't want to do before the riding season, so I don't have to have the bike away. Try to make a short little video. I don't like them when they're long and lengthy, so let's get after it. Here's all the stuff I got online to do the lights. Here's all the LEDs. Let me try to move the camera a little better here. But yes, here's the LED lights that I found online. They're super cheap. I think they were $2 for two of them. The 30 centimeter 15 LEDs per little strip. Like I said, I think they were $2, and so I bought 8 of them. I figured that'd be bright enough. Plugged them into the battery, and they are definitely bright enough, so they should work. Went out and got a little soldering gun and some solder from Harbor Freight. Super cheap. Like I said, I think it was like $6 for both of them. And also some shrink wrap tubing. I like to keep everything real precise and neat and clean, and keep all my wires tucked away, and like I said, just keep it all nice and neat. Also got some extra wire because I assume I'll need some extra lengths. Couldn't find anything at Harbor Freight for cheap, and everybody at Menards is pretty much an idiot, so I had to go look around and go find something. Every wire that they tried to give me was like 2 or like 10-2 or 10-3, like house wire or something like that. But this is actually thermostat wire. It's low voltage, should work fine. 25 feet of it was $5, so yeah, exactly what I'm looking for with this project. Never like to spend a whole bunch, and if I can make it look clean and look great for the same amount of price or lower, then we should be fine. Like I said, everything on here I think cost me like $20 or something like that, so it should be great conversion, and something different than buying a $60 kit online that you don't know if it works or not. Hey, if one of these goes out, it literally cost me next to nothing, so I'll take my chance with that. But yeah, next we'll go ahead and get all the parts taken off the bike, and I'll have videos and pictures along the way to show you what's going on. Be sure to check out my Facebook page also. Don't leave me home alone with wood. I have lots of other projects on there with stuff like this and other house projects and that I do out of wood, metal, anything. If I like to do it in this project, I got it on there. So that's Don't Leave Me Home Alone with Wood on Facebook. Look it up. All right, next we'll see what's up with the bike. All right, so here's the bike. It's a little bit dark in here, but we'll have lights on in a second. Just kind of deciding where I'm going to put everything right now. I'm thinking eventually probably underneath the front here, so it shines on the front wheel, and underneath the frame right here. I don't have the cowls on it right now, so everything will be clean and kind of hidden. I don't like to see the bulbs. I think it's a legal issue too, but besides that, I just don't like the look of it. So yep, and then about underneath the tail, try to find the best spot that we can hide it and get everything tucked underneath. Like I said, eventually probably need some way to turn it on and off, so I'll figure out a switching mechanism for the top. I want to do a shut off for the override on the whole bike too, so I'll have to find a main switch for that. But cool, just kind of assessing what I need, and then we can go get it and make sure that we have everything and bring all the tools back over. It's actually stored at a buddy's house, so I get doing some run around, but he's only a couple blocks away, so no big deal. So yep, this is the bike that we're going to be working on. Alright, so we're definitely going to need some switches to turn on and off the lights, and I eventually want to have a main kill switch for the whole bike for the headlight and the tail light, so I'll have to pick something else like that too. Try to see if we can get away with not getting some pre-made kit that they already make, because we don't like to do that, so see what we find. Alright, just got back from the store, got some switches and a relay. Just looked on the box of a kit that they had, and just try to do the same thing. They're just simple switches that'll work. They're blue, so it'll light up. That'd be cool. And this is my main switch for the kill switch for everything else, and then a relay that will tie it all together in. So now we're just kind of look and make sure that we got everything that we need and get started. I think I'm gonna mount them somewhere up here, so you can kind of be hidden from the side, but then I can still access it. Try to do it on the left side so I don't take my hand off the throttle, obviously. Like I said, it's kind of cold out here, so we're kind of getting everything warmed up. I got a blow dryer to try to heat the metal up before I stick everything to it, and also to heat up the LED lights to get to stick a little better. Like I said, I'm trying to think about right here underneath behind the frame, so it's pointing down, and then up front underneath here, shining down on the front wheel, and then try to find the best place to get something back behind here, and that shines down
But beyond that, yeah, we're looking like we're ready to go, and try to get everything lined up and put the lights out, and then run our wires so we know how much we need, and go from there. Alright, so here's the LEDs lit up. Like I said, not too bad for $2 for 2 of these strips, so $1 a piece. I'm thinking about putting them back here, underneath here, as you can see, the by the radiator, and then oh, the light shut off. Hold on. And then underneath, shining back forward, but on the stem. So essentially, right up here by the horn, going across that way, and right on the back stem, going right across here, right there. So that'll shine forward and backwards, and I think should work pretty good. All right, so I'm just gonna start with taking the cleaning tool, paper towel, Windex. Says to use rubbing alcohol, but don't have that, so we're gonna use Windex. And then we're just gonna wipe all this off right here, and make sure it's a good clean surface, and then stick it to it and see what happens. Alright, so we got the bar that we're gonna stick them to right here, heated up with a blow dryer, and then Aaron's over there putting the lights in front of the heater to get them nice and warmed up and get the glue sticky. And then we're just gonna kind of stretch them and attach them. And I think we just start on your side, Aaron, and like as you put it on there, I'll pull it across. Yeah. They're pretty warmed up.
Ready?
Yep. All right. So I think.
That's what I said. You.
Yeah, but you grab that. You grab that.
Hand it to me, and I'll start.
Grab that in so we can know what the spacing's at, though. I got all the way across. Like, how far around the corner are you?
I am just about halfway. I guess.
Come my way just a little bit then. Right there. Alright, cool. So I'm going to pause this because I need both my hands to peel off the back, but yeah, it's going to look something like that. Alright, well, we just got them stuck on. They're sticking a lot better since they're warmed up. Before you could kind of peel them off, but now we're just going to hit them with the blow dryer. Make sure that they're stuck really nice and tight. And yeah, then we'll move on. We're going to put another set, like I said, on the other side. Kind of shining more forward. This kind of goes back to the radiator. And then we'll worry about wiring up. All the switches are going to go right up here by the handlebars. So this is the least length of wire that we're going to have to use for the switches. Everything else obviously is going to run the length of the bike. But yeah, so far it should be looking good. We'll get this warmed up and stuck, and then do the air side. Alright, so now we got the plate put in. As you can see, this is the top side view. We just took the horn off, and that's going to remount right there at that silver hole that you see. And I took the old bracket off. It should fit perfect, and it's not in the way or anything. But right now we were just checking for clearance. And the bracket all the way around. You can see the lights there on the back. Yep. It looks like, yeah, we're clean all the way around. It should be good, and that should get a lot of road glow and a lot of front glow, but it's still high enough up that the front fairing covers it and you won't be able to see it. And those are the lights from yesterday that we put on. And actually, remarkably, even as cold as it is, they're still stuck on pretty good. The glue didn't pull back or anything. They're on there solid, so yeah, that makes me confident. But cool, so we'll go ahead and get that a coat of paint for sure and make it look legit. And then stick the lights on the front up here, right there. And plug it all in, and we should be ready to go. Alright, looking at different light options for the back end here. We're looking at kind of inside this back peg, which gets a lot of illumination on the tire in the back, which I like. But you can see it, here, show the lights, yeah. But you can see it from the other side. You can already see the other peg, you know, right back over here. So yeah, I don't want to do that. That's too bright for me. It's too out there. I don't like to be seen. So yeah, otherwise we were talking about underneath here, which, you know, LEDs are pretty directional, and on the video it's a little bit brighter than it is in real life. But yeah, they're pretty directional, so when you look at them from the side you can't see a lot, and you get the same amount of vision from both sides. So that's pretty good, but it doesn't do too much of the bike glow, more of the street glow, and I kind of think that's a little too loud too. So we finally decided that back up here underneath on the frame, it's pretty hidden. You can only see it from a few angles, and also then it does a lot of under the bike, and it's pretty clean. You can't really see it, any bulbs on the outside, and from the other side it's like a certain angle from the back. Luckily I still have this back fender on here, and I eventually want to get rid of that, but because I have that, you can't really see it from the back end so much. But when it gets done, I think it'll have a really good result. So you can kind of see the bulbs there, but hopefully it'll be tucked up behind the frame. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get that wired in, and we should be looking good here shortly. Alright, same as before, just gonna heat up the area, heat up the light, and stick it on. Alright, cool. Yeah, so we got the lights put in. As you can see, you can't really see them. You have to look all the way inside here, inside the frame, and there you can see them come from the red wire. So they're pretty hidden. We just heated up, peeled off the back, stuck it in there, and since I can't really get to it too far, too well, I used the box of the switch, the hard part of that, to get in there and kind of shove in there and use it as something to press against. And Aaron had a screwdriver to kind of finish out the rest of the way. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. Now we're going to go on to that side over there and kind of switch and try to do the exact same thing, and it should be like pretty bright. So alright, we're 3/4 away there. Alright, as most things, this side's not like the other side, so I have to do a little bit something different. I can still fit it underneath here, but I'm going to have to take off the brake reservoir, which is no big deal. And so we can fit it back behind this frame rail just like we did the other side. So then we're going to clean it, heat it, stick it, be good. Alright, so we got the wires from the lights coming up through these two holes right where the battery goes. There's a little extra cavity back here that we can get. So we'll bring these two across. Like I said, I want to try to cover up as much wire as possible just because I like it cleaner than like that. So I'm going to put some shrink tube going from here all the way up, and then it connects and goes underneath the tank. I have the tank loosened up, so we're able to pull that up and get to the top side, and we'll solder it all and get it all nice and neat. So pretty much the only little bit of wire that you'll be able to see is about that right there, that red stuff going from the actual light to this little center part. Then I'll put them together and go back. Alright, now we got the shrink wrap tube on the wire, which was kind of a pain because we got kind of a long ways to go, but it'll look a lot cleaner in the end, and it'll work pretty good. And so now we're just going to connect the two lights together in the middle behind the battery, and just use the shrink tube to kind of get it all cleaned up, and then we can cover up the solders and everything else that we do later. So alright, as you can see in there, we got the two wires coming across, and then we'll put that little bit of wire shrink in there to kind of get those together. Then we'll solder the main tube to the other little piece of shrink tubing that we have with the other two wires that will run to the main switch. And then we'll switch have the side ones that are going to go on the side here somewhere, undetermined yet. We'll come back to the one junction, so we just have one main point to solder everything, and that'll all go to the switch and connect to the front ones too. So let's get to it. Of course, the best way to shrink the wrap is carefully use a lighter inside your expensive motorcycle to get them both together. This is real technical stuff here. Of course, you will find this in any Yamaha manual. Alright, so putting the placement on the side one, had to get the tank up in the air with a little bit of ingenuity to get that going, but I think underneath the frame on the back side of this little crossbar that comes across, when you turn it off, it'll have pretty good light. I'll shut off that flashlight. And then also, you know, when the tail gets on it, and we're thinking about putting one extra one back here. Turn the light back on. One extra one back here behind the air box to get some extra one. In the process of doing this, as before, right back here on the air box is what I'm thinking. One of the lights burned out or something, started overheating, which, as usual, for probably something made in China for super cheap, but that's exactly what I was expecting when I bought them for $1. So I don't feel bad. They don't. It doesn't discourage me from using the other ones, so I'll definitely do it. We put the one in the front that we did before, so we're just going to wait on that second one, and just moved all the other body ones. But since I have one extra, I can put one back here in the air box where I don't think I would be able to fit two, or it would just look kind of weird. So yeah, definitely we're just right along. We got those other ones in the back, on the front, finish the sides, and we're looking Gucci. Alright, so we got the surface cleaned off, got this heated up, just heated in front of a heat lamp or something like that. Doesn't really matter, just get a little warm, get the glue hot. And we're going to try to have the wires pointed back to get to the main unit, so we only have to do that one solder. I wanted to do 2 switches to have some variations, but I don't think I'm going to worry about that right now. I'll just do the one. Just I don't want to take too much time to it. I got some stuff to do tonight. But yeah, I'm just going to stick this underneath here, peel it off a little at a time. Make sure I get it in the right spot. And just stick it back to where I make sure that I can't see the bulbs, because that's what this is all about, is stealth. And I'll slowly just peel back only when I'm sticking it down to what I need, so that I make sure that I don't get it stuck where I don't want it. More. Just peel it off, and no. Actually, I ripped the tape. So let's take this off like that. Stick it on back, and just make sure I work it in there to where the wires are going to be able to get accessed right here, and also that covers all the area that I want to. I didn't want to cut the LEDs because I just want to get as much of them as possible. And then take my test wires and test it before we get too far, and hopefully everything lights up. Ooh, looking good. Alright, so now we're just going to wire these back to the other side, and pretty close to putting in the switch. Alright, so we got the 2 lights coming in, splicing from over here, put some shrink wrap on it, right there and right here coming in, and then spliced in, tucked under, soldered, and fucking have a crimp on there and taped and everything else, so it's completely fine. And then it runs all the way back underneath here, run it in the same wiring harness clips and everything that they have before, so you'll be able to see it go all the way through here, and then it comes back up here above the earbox, and then that'll go into connecting everything else. Alright, so we got the wires soldered in from the 2 sides, and the one control that'll be going on up to the switches. That's all right here, and then the shrink wrap will keep it all together. But yeah, we're gonna about put the switch, take this apart while that's all cooling down, and work on getting that front piece off. We'll put the switch in underneath and make it all look clean and neat, but that's all soldered up, and we'll get them all cleaned up and taped up. So we'll take this plastic piece out, get the switch put in. Alright, so here Aaron is taking the piece off and just going to burn a hole with the soldering iron to get the switch started. We can file it down and make it all look clean later on, but that's a good way without cracking it, without having to worry about sawing through it. Sometimes it can crack and chip and all that, and it's too expensive of a piece that I want to try to mess it up, although we are burning a hole through it. But yeah, it should look a lot better in the end, so yeah, it's a good little trick for you. Aaron got it burned in with the soldering iron. There's a switch we're going to put in. Not too bad, got cleaned up with the file. It should just press right in and actually look pretty good. I'm planning on putting a few different switches in there, so I think we'll be able to fit them in there. Boom. Snappity snap.
That one's tight.
Cool.
There it goes.
Check it. Yeah, that look real clean. Snap support. I always say is 150 mile an hour proof. Yeah, looks like it's pretty good. So cool. Alright, cool. So now I got the leading wires from the front connected that will do in the linkage in the back, so that it all ran all nice underneath there, shrink wrap, so it'll right here will connect to the ones we put before. So the lights that are down there on the triple tree will be put in. But yeah, so looks like doing pretty good. I scrunched back the sleeve right here so it'll fit all the way down so it'll fit nice, so we can shrink wrap it, and yeah, should be looking good. So we got the ends put in for the switch right there, and for the ground wire to turn the switch on, and that's going to run underneath that frame right there and all the way through, and that'll be going to our first junction here that gets the side lights on, and that goes underneath the tank right here that goes back to the battery. This will all be cleaned up later, but that's where it solders into the ones that go in the back here and also into the battery. So yep, we'll go ahead and get that cleaned out, but it's getting late and I gotta work in the morning, so we'll call that where it's at tonight. But we'll definitely go ahead, once we get that junction put in and the switch put in, we're pretty much all set. So yeah, more to come. Alright, so it's day 2 on the lights project on the phaser. It's even colder today, if you can believe it. It's like 10 degrees. So, but yeah, essentially we're gonna go ahead and get started by dance party! So put the lights on the inside of the airbox, as you can see running across right here. We just heat it up all the way through, and we have the wire set going through the other side that are going to go up to that main junction. But yeah, we heated it up and stuck them through and used a file taped up with some tape and also a piece of paper towel, sorry. And yeah, it stuck pretty good and worked pretty good. I was kind of worried about the end right here, being able to see that. That covers over this, so it should look really clean. Alright, so here are the wires coming out the other side on the airbox, and they're going to go up through the frame and then go back to our middle junction that we have going on right there, which is already switched in. And we just got to put in the side plate for the switch and we're done. So we're about ready to drop the tank right now, and everything's hooked up. We got the 2 lights, the one that's on the front strip and behind the triple tree, the fork brace there, and then that's connected to the switch up front here. We had the 2 that are on the side of the frame, on the back side, on each side, and that's connected up into this central junction, which also houses the one from the airbox that we have back behind, as you can kind of see here. And so that goes up and connects to that. That main wire comes back into this fuse right here, or the union right here, that's all soldered in like we showed before, that connects to these ones that are behind the rails, and that goes into one unit. So yeah, everything's still got to be a little bit taped up and cleaned up. These are all, you know, soldered and crimped and everything else, so they should be looking good. About to drop the tank, but here's a little preview so far. So yeah, we're looking real good. Everything should be buttoned up. Like I said, you can't really, once the tank's down, you won't really be able to see any lights. The bulbs directly, and I'll get you the back view from about car height. You can't see any of that underglow. If you get way underneath here, you see a little bit peeping through there, but like I said, we should be looking good. And yeah, we'll get the tank down and get everything really polished up. Alright, so that concludes the video of how I put the lights on the phaser. If you have any questions or you know anything of what the products I use or anything like that, feel free to send me an email. All the links and everything should be on the video you can find. Look up that Facebook page. Once again, Don't Leave Me Home Alone with Wood. You'll find all sorts of videos and stuff like that. If you like what you see, definitely there'll be more of that to come. And special thanks to my buddy Aaron Jordan. He helped out. He's a big fan of the page and everything I do too. Is always helping me out with stuff. So cool. Feel free to send me your videos and your pictures of stuff that you do, and we'll go ahead and get them posted and have fun. That's the main thing. No stress. Have fun. See you later.